Hey, buddy. Happy Monday. Ready to go outside? Okay. You know, it might be Tuesday by the time this gets released. We'll see. First morels of the season. Not too bad. No. Got a small haul. I think that one's a little dry, so I think I'm picking them at the right time. They do get bigger, but they can dry out too before they get too big. Yeah, this woods walk turned into a mushroom hunt, huh? Not too bad, I guess. I haven't found any more. Most of the ones I found today were by oak trees. But we're checking the edge of the woods, which is where we find the bigger ones usually, but I don't know if we're quite there yet. Very early in the season, I'm surprised they're even out yet. They always start out small. These ones are bigger than I've ever seen before in the first start. Sometimes like the little pinky nails, you know. These ones are a lot bigger, so that's good. We did get a lot of rain, which helps too. They blend in so good. You could be right next to one and not even notice. You can even find one and then have one a foot away and then not notice until half an hour later. Yeah. I usually get some in here too, but not all the time. It's kind of weird how they happen. They're in the same general area. I like they show off, don't you, buddy? Yeah, haven't found any more since the last clip, but we're looking still. All right, man, I'm gonna carry on. You gonna come down? Okay. Hey, buddy, come here. There's some over here I missed. Like I said, you can walk right by these things. Yeah, check them out, buddy. Look, look. Yeah. Morel mushrooms, huh? Yeah. We got a lot of them today. I'll have to take a closer look at this surrounding area. Yeah. Not a bad haul, huh? Yeah. We'll put these away for now, and we'll look for more. You being a good boy? I like to walk around with some just to, I don't know if it helps, but drop some spores around. Yeah. There's an itsy bitsy one right here. I'm gonna let that one go for a little bit and see how big it gets, if it gets any bigger as an experiment. Try to mark it with some, well, we'll remember where it is. It's right off here. Yeah, here they get bigger. I don't know, there's some debate about that. Yeah, there's a risk of animals eating it too, so we'll have to keep an eye on it for later, tomorrow maybe, or the next day. Hey, buddy. He's following his daddy around. I almost never find them back here, but I do occasionally. I'm sure they're all around, you just can't see them. It's never hurts. Basically from this day forward for the next several weeks, I'll be doing searches in the woods for mushrooms. Yep. I think what happens is a lot of them, the ones that you miss, you don't notice until they get bigger. The ones I'm picking they're not huge. They're on the smaller end, but not the smallest I've seen. I've seen them over here before. Not too many though. Not too many back here. As I mentioned before, the videos this week are going to be maybe a little out of order because of my dental stuff today. Root canal. Gonna drill my tooth out. Kind of combing the floor as I walk around. Don't see anything. You know what would be really cool if you had a dog that was trained for morel mushroom hunting? I know that's a possibility, right? Has to be. I did find one here years ago, but never since. Neighbor said he found a big one back here too, but it was too gone. By the time I got to it, it was too hard. So better to pick it too early than too late. Don't see anybody. Don't see any right now. The most heavy spots last year didn't have any that I saw, so we'll check back there later. I'm sure someday we'll have more of these when there's more oak trees. They do blend in so well. Ooh, that's a fresh piece of poop. Not from me. Not from you. Who is it from? A deer. I wonder if the owl produces any mushrooms. I wonder. I've seen some cool wooden walking sticks that people have when they go looking for mushrooms, and the tops of them have this shape carved into it. So sort of a constant reminder to them of what they're looking for. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know if it helps or not, but it's a cool visual aid for comparison. It would be especially useful for a new hunter. Yeah. Hey, buddy, gonna come over and see your daddy? Got my Nikes on with my office khakis. Yeah. Not dressed well at all for outdoor stuff, but doesn't matter. I'm surprised the hot spots don't have any mushrooms in them. Check over here. I don't know if I've checked over here. Well, I'm always around the woods. I would have noticed. He's kind of hanging back. It's like, well, let Daddy look for his crazy mushrooms. There are people that somehow cultivate these, but it's not easy. I've never found them up here. It's so strange how they work. Very, very strange. Hey, sweetie. You checking on your daddy? They seem to pop up south of us, like several states south of us first. So I'll see in the Facebook groups that are dedicated to mushrooms, they'll usually get them first, then I'll post. Usually, as a courtesy, you post your state and your county so people in those same counties know when to start looking. You just love all the trees today, huh, buddy? To show off your skills. What you doing? You hanging around up there? Hey. Mister, look at the mushroom. Yeah, look at the mushroom, see? Oh, ooh, yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yeah, he says yes. Later we'll show you how I fry these up. I just use butter, and I soak these in salt water to kill any nasty little things. And yes, I do. And I fry them up for about 5 minutes in butter. If they're a little bit bigger, I might fry them up a little bit longer. You don't want to undercook them because they just don't seem to taste as good. You do want to be careful with these. I'll show you later, but you always want to do your own research. Basically, like I said, I'll show you later, but you cut them in half. And there's some mushrooms that you can eat that go against this, but I don't eat those. These are the only mushrooms I know of that I can eat. There are different kinds that look like these that are deadly, and there's some that have some of the characteristics of the deadly ones that you can cook and eat, but I don't do that, and I've never found them anyway. I only find the same. These are whites or yellows or whatever. I've never seen the black ones here. And I've never seen the kind that have rocket fuel in them. Those are the kind that can kill you. There's another kind. I forget the name. I think these are called, I won't even say because I don't want to say the wrong word, but yeah, there's two kinds you can eat. There's several kinds you can eat. Different groups of the same kinds you can eat. It's just confusing. There's books and you can find all you need on the internet, but still you gotta be careful. Even so, when you cook these right, if you eat a lot of them and if you have an empty stomach, I believe they still have some toxicity. So I'd occasionally want to eat these, or too many of them at the same time, because there's times where I just hit the mother load. You don't get sick, but you get a weird, almost a euphoric kind of feeling. Hey, buddy. You just love hanging out with your daddy? Yeah, I think I'm wasting time back here. Not really, though, because you're back here, as far as mushrooms go. I never see them in that field, either. They usually tend to grow on the edge of forests, but I've never seen them back here. Probably because there's basically no oak trees back here. Not right suited up for this, you know. Ooh. Lots of berries back here, but no mushrooms. It's not that I can see. I'm sure if I just had a way to Had a nice drug dog or something. Trained it to sniff out mushrooms. Know you could do it if you had the right dog. Actually, it'd be pretty easy to do it, I think. I bet it would, buddy. I bet it would. Well, I'm going to recheck the areas that I already found mushrooms. It's the best spot to go. And you can join me whenever you so desire, okay? Hey, sweetie, let's check the big oak tree. Okay? We can go this way. Yeah, we'll go this way. We'll get pretty close to the neighbor's house, so as a courtesy, I'm not going to film like it over there. Yeah, it'd be kind of creepy, won't it? They see me doing that? Yeah, so we won't do that. It's almost dinner time, buddy. Gotta be getting hungry, huh? I know I am. This will be a good appetizer to whatever I decide to eat. I'm sure whatever that is, it won't be half as good as these mushrooms. For any of you wondering, these taste like a good medium rare, flavorful steak, don't they, buddy? There he is. He's lagging behind a little bit, but that's okay. Cinnamon's coming down the hill. Hey. This is our haul for today. We left that one behind. We'll check it tomorrow or the next day. Tomorrow will be a good day after I'm done with the dentist. I might not be able to talk clearly, so you might get a silent film. Just kidding, I'll do my best. Yeah, maybe we'll get some rain. Get some more shrooms, shroom it up. He always stops by little branches. We got some cute pictures of Cinnabon. I'll go ahead and insert those here. We'll also put them in our Instagram. Most of you know about the Instagram, but if you don't, I'll put a link to the description. We do a daily new picture, unless I have a very eventful day and then I forget about it. And occasionally, we do video previews as well. Yeah. What do you say we get you some wet food, buddy? And I'll eat these mushrooms. Okay. These are small enough, I'm just going to cut them in half. If they're bigger, I'd cut them into quarters. Sometimes thirds, but usually quarters is easier. But I'm going to cut these in half and do a good cleaning and a soak in salt water. Did a little saltwater bath. Now I'm going to cook them up. Gonna fry them up for a few minutes. Oh, you want to go outside, buddy? Okay. Maybe come back with some more mushrooms. He's been inside all day. He probably wants to go out, so that's okay. Let him enjoy his cat time outside. These are definitely on the smaller side. Pretty good though for the first time I noticed them. Usually they're the size of my pinky nail and they're really dried out. So these were pretty, what's the word? Yeah, they weren't dry, so not gooey. Moist, I guess? Yeah, moist is a good word for it. I'll see if that other one we left alone grows bigger. And then I'm sure there's a lot of smaller ones that I missed. And then when they get big, hopefully in the next week or two, you'll see some big ones. This will be a good little precursor to those. Yeah. You can see the reduced file size. You can tell I'm an IT guy. Of the mushrooms after you cook them. They get a little smaller. So these are pretty tiny compared to a fork, but still not bad. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Holy cow. Yeah, it's been way too long. These are super good. And you know, I don't know what it is, but I swear that when they're smaller, they taste a little better too. Maybe because they just keep on getting upscaled, but this is good. This is very good. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.